Hey friends, we're in the garden today. Don't mind me and the poor quality, the crazy look I got going on and the poor quality of video. I am filming on my phone right now. We're in the garden and I'm gonna take advantage that I'm home a little bit early today and I'm gonna pull what's left of my onions. Unfortunately, the rains have really just decimated my garden completely. Like just, it's bad, it's bad. So I am gonna take a quick moment, and I really do mean quick because we're under heat advisory right now. The feels like temperature for today was supposed to be between 108 and 112 degrees with 100% humidity. So we're gonna go ahead and do this really quickly so I can at least get a few onions out of everything that I planted. Just so you guys can see, that's all weeds and grass and stuff. And then that's all I got. They're not huge, they're pretty small, but that's okay. This is perfect for a meal. So we're gonna pull these guys out of here just like that. See, I don't want the rains to take the little bit that I got, so we're gonna pull all of these out and see what we end up with. See, they look big and healthy, but they're not. And that's okay. Something's better than nothing, right? Alright guys, so I got a fair amount. Like there's some really teeny ones that I can peel these up, dice them up, and we can use them almost like you use pearl onions for like a stew. Think about it like that. Little tiny guys, they're not bad. It's just that this is still food. Unfortunately, onions don't necessarily love a ton of water, and that's the only thing we've gotten lately. I also have some that the bulb didn't quite develop. They kind of look like a little spring onion, or like what are they called? Oh my goodness, not chives, but scallions. They look like scallions, so I'll use them as such, and that's what I'm gonna do. And then I got these guys that actually grew up a lot bigger and stronger than the others. So I'm just gonna go through real quick, separate them into their piles for use. But once the tops die off, this isn't gonna grow anymore. This is what you've got. And since I've had a ton of die off, I just figured, let me just pull them. I'll put them into different categories, and then I'll pack up the little ones, like for stews, like I said, where you can just take this little guy and throw it in there whole. It'll cook delicious, it'll taste sweet and amazing. And then the rest I can cure for onions to use for regular cooking, like for chopping and slicing for burgers and things like that. But honestly, I have a good blend. There's some good sized ones. I'm okay with this, considering the growing circumstances. Not too bad. Alright guys, so it's not the most spectacular harvest in the world, but I'm happy with it. I have more onions today than I did yesterday, and I didn't really put a whole lot of effort into this. All I did was lay down the weed fabric, plant the onion starts, and that's it. So in the grand scheme of things though, just to do the comparison, the yellow onions did best. They produced the most, and I planted an equal amount of all of them. This is my largest white onion, and it's not that big, but I'm happy with it. This is my largest yellow onion, and where are you? There it is. And this is my largest red. So these guys are looking about the size of shallots, and that's okay. I'm good with that. That's perfect. I'm going to, let me actually quick. So all these little guys that are here like that, those little guys there, I'm going to set them to cure. All that entails is taking all of these guys, spreading them out onto some cardboard boxes, and I'm going to put them into my shed because it's air conditioned so that it maintains it around 75 degrees. And we're going to leave them there for a couple of days so that the outside skins, they dry up. This little, like the little neck part where I've cut off the greens, it'll tighten up. and that'll preserve the onion for long-term storage. Now, am I planning on having long-term storage with these? Not really, but in case I do, hey, the option's there. But for the most part, I'm just gonna have the experience so that I learn with this batch of onions how to cure, how long it's going to take, just to keep an eye on it, to have an experience. I'll show you guys the update on that. These guys, the ones that didn't quite grow all the way, but they still have their greens and they're nice and bright and vibrant, I'm going to use these to cook today. These I'm going to use like spring onions. They're going to be delicious, so no problem. And then I had a few of these that they almost look like scallions, so I'm going to put these in water into the fridge, and I'm going to use those up throughout the week for cooking. You can throw those into salads, slice them up and throw them into salads. You can put them into fried rice, things of that nature. So I'm definitely not tossing them out. They're still good. They're still great. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put these into a cardboard box and show you what that's going to look like. All right, so here I have a larger box. This is an old mason jar box, and all we're going to do is put these guys in here like so. You just want to make sure that there is room for them to breathe, that they're not bunched up, because if they're on top of each other like that, that gives the potential for decreased airflow and allows for the growth of mold and moisture and things of that nature. We don't want that. We want these guys to last a bit longer. So we're gonna do this and just put a couple of these out so that I'm just picking the larger ones now to put into this box for curing purposes, and then the smaller ones I'll use right away. So see, you want to have space in between your onions so you have maximized airflow so that they dry and cure properly. This guy can be saved as well. There we go. So I'm going to put these into the shed and let them stay nice and cool. All right, guys, so we are inside my work shed, and I've got the little guys here on this side. They are going to cure for just one day. I know they're like all on top of each other, but since I'm going to process those tomorrow, I'm not overly concerned about that. The larger ones are over here on this box separated. They're going to be in here for about 3 days or so. So guys, I can't express the importance of proper hydration, especially during heat waves like we're feeling right now. I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but the stuff is my salvation. The Liquid IV. This is a non-GMO electrolyte drink mix. I have mine in lemon lime, as you can see. This stuff is sacred for me. I mean, it really is. Let me show you guys. All right, so all you're gonna do is tear the top. I took a sip out of this bottle of water just to make space. Pour that in there, put the top on, and shake it up. This will bring you right back to life because it's so hot, it's unbearable, and you can immediately feel it. Especially for us down here, we're having like 100% humidity. It's been raining nonstop, excessive amount of rain with heavy thunderstorms, and so that humidity adds up, and that actually dehydrates you more, believe it or not. So it's important to keep up with your hydration. Oh, it's amazing. Within a couple of minutes, you immediately start to feel better, and it'll help you recover after you've been out. Water alone is good, but it's not everything you need, especially in extreme conditions like this. So I highly recommend it. Again, not sponsored, but this stuff is the best. All right, you guys, I thought I was done, right? I started pulling the weed fabric up just to start cleaning up the bed. Look at what I'm finding. More of these guys. So I'm gonna be out here for a while this afternoon. Okay guys, so this is everything I missed, but at least the weed fabric helped. They're small, but still, look, this guy's still pretty big, and so is this guy. It's awesome. I'm happy I caught those. The weed fabric, as I was pulling it up, helped out because it started to pull them up as well and started to show it when I couldn't see them. So super helpful. We'll definitely be doing that again. All Alright guys, so thanks for jumping in on this quick onion harvesting with me. I'm glad I was able to do it. It took me a very short period of time, and I'm getting to reap the rewards. Honestly, low maintenance harvest, low maintenance crop. I'm doing better now than I was before, so I'm really excited about it. My goal every year, every harvest, every season, growing season, is to learn a little bit more. People will tell you like, oh, you didn't really get anything, they're so little, they're so small, but that's okay. I learned when I shouldn't plant onions, but I still ended up getting onions, so I'm happy with it. I will definitely be planting onions again, and I'm super excited about it. Thank you guys for being a part of this with me. I am so happy to share with you guys, and I love to hear all your comments. If you know about growing onions, let me know so we can both know and grow better onions. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful day. Hugs and kisses to everybody.